And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Got a good one lined up. I don't know how long Ethereum's going to be around. So if you want to buy and sell that shit, you better pick it out real quick. My name is Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. Biggest liar on the internet. Michael Montclair joined the 2024 crypto explosion. Just saying. William Comfort, HVAC LLC. Welcome to the 2024 crypto explosion. We'll start another member show probably tonight. We'll have a member show tonight. Do not buy anything or do anything I say on the show. Everything on the show is a complete lie. Here's your disclaimer right there. Let's go with Ethereum because that is not looking good, especially after last week when I showed you all the evidence on how Ethereum had the illegal security sales. So all those Ethereums that were thrown out into the world, those were securities. And sooner or later, our SEC will come to understand that with all the bribery going on over there. It's ridiculous, actually. I mean, why do I have to be the one showing the Ethereum website how they were going to improve the Ethereum system based on the sales of Ethereum? So they'd sell some Ethereum to come up with money to help put it into research and development. That's a security right there. And for some unknown reason, our SEC did nothing at all. Might want to look into that one. But go back last week and look at my shows. I provided all the evidence. I showed you the developer plans, everything. Gary Gensler, Jay Clayton back in the day, and maybe even before Jay Clayton. I don't know who the SEC commissioner was in 2015, but that's when it all happened, and nobody did nothing at all. Yep, except Sue Ripple and all these other companies. They let FTX happen and rip off literally billions of dollars. Gary Gensler meets with FTX. Oh, that's right, because Caroline Elsinore used to be Gary Gensler's like ex-coworker, something like that. You know, truly sad in America. Michael Montclair says YouTube put in a Russian commercial into his show. Oh my God. XRP Shaman says, good morning, Hulk. Let's see what we got. Let's get into this article. Oh, Stephen Morris, thank you very much for the donation there, buddy. All these alleged attacks, huh? Okay, Ethereum and blockchain technologies are threatened by Washington regulators. This is from the Dallas Morning News. What's going on in Texas is, let's go over this. The Texas economic miracle is a well-established fact, and the latest data from the Texas Work Commission backs it up. In this year's first quarter, Texas enjoyed the largest increase in non-agricultural employment across the country. Texas posted record high levels of jobs and logged its 36th consecutive month of positive growth. Oh, gee. Because that's not like where I'm living in California. We've had 36 months of just shit. Let's continue. Texas was built on this momentum and emerged as a decisive leader for so-called Web3 innovation. In other words, that's the decentralization of blockchain technologies and token-based economics. Blockchain is the mechanism that records digital transactions across computers. There is no accident Texas legislators have intentionally crafted pro-crypto policies in Texas, which have in turn attracted a robust ecosystem of developers and miners. And the state's deregulated power market allows for access to inexpensive power, complemented by a healthy mix from renewables. These are just some of the reasons we relocated to our company. Consensus from New York to North Texas last year. We were confident that Texas would be the optimal home for our core offering built on Ethereum, the world's second largest blockchain. powered by Ether, the digital commodity that underpins it. Oh, so now they're calling it commodity. Look, these people, you can't call it anything. Don't get me started. I've already done the research and shown the evidence. That's what Crypto Hulk does. Already proven to you from day one when Ethereum first started, it was sold as a security. All the evidence was there. That's not even in dispute. So when I say something, there's no dispute about it because I showed all the evidence. More precisely, we concluded that Texas's unique alchemy of business savvy leaders, encouragement of innovation, and state regulatory environment would allow consensus to help shepherd the next phase of the internet's development. So, yet all of this potential is under imminent attack from unregulated regulators in Washington. So here's where it starts going bad. Without legal authority, imagine that. The SEC is in the process of arbitrarily reclassifying Ethereum from a commodity to a security so it can enforce the sort of registration and other requirements that attach to securities such as bonds, stocks, whatever, under its jurisdiction. But Ether is plainly and logically not a security. On multiple occasions, the SEC itself has affirmed this point, as has its sister agency, the Commodity Future Trading Commission, and our entire business models have been built against the backdrop. Okay. Now, I got a couple. Let me check the comments on this and we'll discuss this briefly. We'll have like a little interaction. Lakey XRP, thank you very much for that donation. Appreciate that. Thanks, YouTube. Let me say this before I lose my shit, says Stuart Lavelle. Thanks, Hulk, for bringing and reaching people to be smart and rich. So I made 4 videos yesterday. It took them now these are videos that are a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. 2 of those videos still have not loaded. One of them just loaded an hour ago, and another one 2 hours ago. This shit was done like 12 hours ago. I'm in contact with YT, the actual creators. If you're a YouTube creator, they have a special area. Plus, I've got my other person, which I can't say what they are. We're looking into this. So if you're not getting notified, look, I'm just going to tell you what. If you want to watch Crypto Hulk, you got to check on your own. Next thing, get on my other social media. I know you don't do Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Well, that means you probably won't be notified. So get the other social media, and then you'll get that little ding, and then you'll be able to say, oh, YouTube never notified me. That's why I have to go on Twitter to get notifications to see when Crypto Hulk Show is going to start, because YouTube won't notify me. This is censorship at its best by YT. So, and of course, I mean, this channel brings it, man. So you got to take the bull with the horns, or whatever. That's what they say, right? Hey, I'm going to show you all this information like this, and there's a price to be paid, and I've been paying it for about 4 years now. So Bill Quackenbush is not getting notified. So what you got to do is what I did the other day. Deleted the YT app on the phone, reloaded it again. You got to go into your settings for Crypto Hulk channel. Make sure you're being notified. Stuart Lavelle, some days he's kicked off 3 times in the day. And I'll be working with YouTube to try to rectify this because they're starting to do it again. The channel was doing great about a month ago, and then it just starting to do stuff. I've been dealing with this shit for 4 years. So I guess that's the price you got to pay. They're hitting the brakes all over the internet. People who should care about certain things have a stunning lack of interest. All right, so with this Ethereum story, Texas according to this, has been super crypto, let's say friendly, let's say business friendly. Um, in fact, Texas, the Republican state, has been doing so good. Now the government's like, oh shit, we got to stop this. We got all the Democratic states just going to shit. And then Texas is rising up with 36 months of straight growth. We can't have this. We've got to fuck this up somehow and leave it to the government. That's just what they're doing. So Texas is warning everybody that they're trying to move forward with crypto, and you got the government fucking shit up. So we all know who's in charge, what political party's in charge of the government right now, and that's the reason stuff's getting destroyed. The article says that the SEC is going to kill crypto in the United States. This is from like the Dallas Morning News, so they're not like after just trying to hate on Joe Biden or whatever. Like they're just this is about money. That's why like I'm in crypto for money, for future riches. And I'm not here to make friends, to join a community and all that dumb fucking shit. I'm here to deep dive to show you information so you get rich. That's my fucking job. Okay. It's not here to have little get-togethers and pat each other on the back and say, oh, I love your channel. It's so good. Can we be friends? Can we have lunch next week? Can I show you pictures of my dog? Like, I'm not trying to do that dumb shit. Okay. This is not a social thing. This is about money. Texas is demonstrating this very clearly. This is all about money. And businesses go to states where both people can benefit, where Texans can have great jobs and businesses can go and not get ass raped by governmental taxes. That's why businesses went to Texas, and they're leaving Democratic states just because of that. So Texas is issuing a warning, and it's about crypto and how bad the current SEC is. And that's why jobs are going overseas. It also directly and material impacts Texas by dismantling what the SEC is doing. It says here it's dismantling a growing sector that both supports highly skilled Texas jobs and represents the cutting edge of technology. Wow. So there's your first article. Let me click out of that, check the comment section, and we'll get back to work. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of somebody real quick. I'm going to help somebody not ever find my channel again. Hold on. Okay, they're gone. Problem solved. Stuart Lavelle. I must talk nicely for my donation gets through. No, he's talk nice. Oh my God, I'll tell you, man. What? This is like ridiculous. I'm gonna move on. Dennis H. South Dakota, Utah, Wyoming, and maybe two others have a state gold standard where gold is money. Oh, nobody on any business show discusses it. States' rights to the Constitution. Then you got Stuart Lavelle. Now I guess he's not talking so nice. He's like, well, he is. We're halfway naughty. FUYT, I'm smarter. I mean, really, the games we got to play? But it's like this information, they don't want you to know. I've been doing this show for 4 fucking years. I went through different internet service provider stuff, and we still got these issues. Somebody wants you fucking broke, okay? John Corson is now a 2024 Crypto Explosion member. Appreciate that. And it's like we're grinding it out for 4 years trying to keep truth alive. Let's go to the next article. Franklin Templeton Investment Company show Stellar is helping them for the past 2 to 3 years test crypto, and it passed. And Franklin Templeton, the president, CEO, is not afraid to talk about cryptocurrency. Watch what we got here. I'm telling you, look, you could be somebody who just walked on my show. You don't have to believe in crypto. That's fine. You might want to believe Franklin Templeton. I'm sure they're probably richer than you and have way more business than you do. Franklin Templeton, CEO, says all electronic traded funds and mutual funds will be on blockchain. Hello, that's crypto. So you don't have to believe in it. It's fine. The world, you're like that person that still believes in the horse and buggy. When the automobile first came out, you're like, oh, that thing will never work. I remember my dad back in the early, let's say middle to late 80s. He had a little TRS-80 Radio Shack Tandy computer. It was just, there wasn't no, you'd have to plug it into some TV and you'd have a floppy disk. I don't know what that shit was. I was not interested in computers. But he said to me, and I still remember to this day, you'll never be able to have a gigabyte. Like that is just so much information that you'll never need a computer that has a gigabyte. And I'm thinking, shit, I think my fucking phone has it now. But it's like, so all these people that are like, oh, crypto's no good. The government says it's bad. Well, Franklin Templeton's going to start using it. And they proved it with Stellar, a relationship with Stellar, which is XLM, which is the crypto you need to get. Jenny Johnson, the president and CEO of Franklin Templeton Investments, a financial firm with 1.6 trillion in assets. I don't think your business is doing that good. In assets under management, recently reiterated her blockchain stance during an interview with Bloomberg. Oh, that's a small little company. They had a annual Milken Institute Global Conference. I won't even talk about Michael Milken and how he's like a criminal. But then now the government named a college after him. Like, this is just, America's just insane. But anyhow, we'll get off the Michael Milken junk bonds thing from the 80s. Total criminal, went to jail for a felony, and then they started naming colleges after him. And now they're having conferences after his name. Very interesting. Maybe I should go out and pull a whole slew of bank robberies and then have gun manufacturers. This country is so fucking stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get to your country next. I'm an equal opportunity offender. Now's my time to talk shit about America. When asked how Franklin Templeton benefited from tokenization, Johnson quickly replied, first of all, I'm a huge fan of blockchain and technology. That's your green light right there. That's showing you something. She described a situation where the company ran side-by-side experiments using both traditional and blockchain for a period of about 8 months. And as the CEO put it, the results were quite positive. We were astonished by how much less costly it was to run on blockchain. Again, you don't have to believe in blockchain and you could be afraid of it and everything. Just like the guy with the horse and the buggy who's like, damn, I made the wrong call. It's very efficient technology, and we think it's going to open up a lot of new investment opportunities. And eventually, I think ETF and mutual funds are all going to be on the blockchain. Are you getting this? This is where this is going. We're seeing right now, not just people like you and me going to our little wallets or Webull accounts and stuff and trying to get crypto. No, these are big multi-trillion-dollar companies that are like, we're going to use this. See, blockchains, so people that are brand new, I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. All right. Blockchain, crypto, whatever you want to call it, somebody who's brand new, I'm speaking to you now, and I'm not using all the technical language because I don't know it and I don't want to know it. Brand new people, you may not understand what all this blockchain shit is. Franklin Templeton does. You might be worried because you see all these little criminal guys using crypto. I don't think Franklin Templeton's a criminal organization that's registered with every government agency. They got 1.7 trillion in assets. I don't think they're a criminal organization like our government. You don't have to understand it. You have to accept it. That there's things above and beyond what I even understand. I don't understand how this phone works, okay? But you know what? Shit, I run my show with it. I don't know how it works. It just fucking works, okay? What the CEO is talking about is that they will begin to phase out. See, let me tell you what's going on right now. She just admitted to you what all these financial institutions are doing. Crypto Hulk, they're talking about tokenization in this article and that. Now I'm breaking down to you what the hell is going on. Crypto Hulk, what's the transition? How is all this happening? Okay, this lady just told us they're running on the old system while they're running on the new. Oh, that's called parallel systems. This is going on everywhere, okay? They have private ledgers that you don't know about. I don't know about. Ripple has a private ledger, they admitted. And I'm saying maybe Ripple has hundreds of ledgers. They threw it in the closet just in case they need them. And then maybe Ripple right now is running for every company. They got their own blockchain. I don't know. I wouldn't hold it past them. Okay, I'm showing you now what all these that's how we have a flip of the switch moment. They're running out. This lady just told you what they're doing, and everybody's doing this. They're all running parallel systems. Bank of America, you better hope to God you know they're doing all this. All these banks are playing dumb. Oh, you go to your bank and ask them, yeah, can I invest in crypto? Oh, what's crypto? Oh yeah. They're gonna act like the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. Then one day that light switch flip, and all these cryptos go from 50 cents to 5,000 bucks, just like that. The Crypto Hulk. I was gonna say, look, I'm gonna stick on the point because these other stupid fucking channels. So, accept this fact: all these banks, financial institutions are running parallel systems. They got the old system going. We know they're tokenizing. When you tokenize brand new people, you're taking real world things and putting them into like crypto. Okay, I'm basically just trying to make it sound as simple as possible without getting complicated. All right, you're taking a house and putting on what they call a blockchain. It's like a ledger. It's like a checkbook that everybody can see electronically. Okay, so you have this thing called a blockchain, like we have a thing called the internet. There's a thing called a blockchain. Then we have private blockchains. And they're getting real world assets like a house, a business, art, paintings, whatever you want a real world asset to be, land. And then they make a token that you can't see. It's called a digital token. And that's the future. Franklin Templeton just told us what everybody on the planet's fucking doing right now. All these countries, you might even have the United States government with the blockchain. You know how you heard of UnitedStates.gov or .org or whatever, .gov. There's going to be something new. I don't know the name of it, but it's United States on the blockchain where they've got national parks, all the railroads or public lands or whatever it is all on a blockchain. You're like, whoa, all of a sudden, everybody, that's how the shit's going to work. You're not going to see this. Look, brand new people that are scared and they're like, well, I'll get in when XRP hits $2 and then it'll be 250 and then $3. I need to see a pattern, Crypto Hulk, of crypto going like this, just like a chimpanzee. If a monkey can go and look at the pattern of it going up, then that's when I'll get in buy. And my response will be, that's when you get wrecked, because you got to be smarter than the average chimp. I'm sorry. You got to step your game up. It's called understand the shit now before it takes off, because 0 to hero, that's how this is going to work. They're telling you right now, when all these institutions join up and link up, bam, that's how this works. They've already told us about the flip of the switch. They've already told us. Now, that article's done. Let me show you the supporting article for that, and it's a Wikipedia page. It's very simple. Let me show you this Wikipedia page. And then somebody gave some memberships. I have a feeling I know who did it. They stole the key. Okay, there's your Wikipedia page on Franklin Templeton. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's see up. Yep. We got Stuart Lavelle. Wait, hold on. Let me back it up. Dennis. John Corson. I read that, but I'll read it again. John Corson, member for 21 months. 2024. Crypto explosion level. Dennis H. What does Dennis have to say? Stellar helped Franklin mint the coin. Yes. Stuart Lavelle gave 20 people memberships. You've got GC Square, Kevin B, Christopher, Joxer, Kamikaze Camo, Truth Teller, Clear Pill, Marcus Landon, Nico Flores Music, Angelo Synthcola, Fabian Reyes, Jason Craig, Hugo Torres, Daniel Alonso, Larry Posey, Posse, Crypto Hulk, that is running blockchain in a development testing environment. Yeah. They're all testing it now. We know well, let me continue. Joel Morales, Sovereign Capricorn, JR's Transport, Van, and Deck. Those people got memberships. Brand new people, I'll tell you what. Go into your member section, order a membership for the show. You got 30 days for free. Don't let the membership expire. You will not be charged. Let's say after 30 days, you find nothing of value on this channel, then you're a liar. Then you can always just refund that other membership. You can go 2 weeks into the new membership that you paid for and still get a cancellation. I encourage you to do that. YouTube's famous for when your free membership ends, they stop notifying you and whatever it is. Then people come back 2 months later. Oh, damn, Cryptoholic, I didn't know you still made videos. Right now, go to your member section, order the membership. 45 days from now, cancel if you want, and you still get 45 days for free. All right, let's move on. Lakey XRP, thank you very much for that donation. Now, crypto, some says, I have B of A and my transactions and crypto purchases have been settling and clearing now faster than normal. I'll tell you what, I know something's been going on because my retirement checks, okay, I invested pretty good my time and stuff when I was younger. And the payments now normally would show up at a certain date. I'm getting that shit sometimes 3 days early now. I've noticed over the past 4 years, my payments would come on certain dates from different investment funds I got. And then I started noticing over the time it would show up a day early, after a year or two, 2 days early. Now I'm at like 3 days early. And I was like, sometimes I'm wondering, did they send me something wrong? Because it's like way too early. So we know this is all speeding up, and crypto Quigon is telling us this, and I've seen it too. Let's look at this Wikipedia right here. Franklin Templeton Investments. So for those of you who don't know, it started in 1947, like in New York. They moved to San Mateo. I almost lived in San Mateo some years ago. But if you, it gives the history. Look, I'm a history buff. I love learning about shit. Like who started? Like I read the Franklin Templeton, and here's Crypto Hulk. Who the fuck started Franklin Templeton? Why did they start it? Where were they located? I don't know. I just like knowing these things. Maybe if I read a story or an article, I want to know about what I'm reading. But anyhow, I looked up this company. Honest to God, I had no intention. I had no idea. And then, boom, at the very bottom, where it says mutual funds and ETFs. Not, I mean, it's above the reference section. Look above, actually, right above the reference section. You're gonna love this, everybody. 3 years ago, I'm starting to get a little bit of goosebumps here. 3 years ago, in 2021, Franklin Templeton launched the first United States mutual fund as a pilot. Are you hearing this? This is pretty. This is amazing right here. I read you an article about a business that launched the first United States mutual fund as a pilot. It uses blockchain, everybody. And guess who helped them? The Stellar Network. And something called, now listen to this, Blockchain Administrator, a Delaware country. Now I'm going to leave that one alone because I know it's going to get me in trouble. Okay. All this secretive shit comes out of Delaware, the state of Delaware. There's something going on in there, and a lot of three-letter agency shit. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's where Ripple came out of. So there's your little history lesson here. The first company in the United States to tokenize mutual funds, and they use Stellar. Very interesting. Wouldn't you think they'd use XRP or XDC? They're using Stellar. Gee, Crypto Hulk. I heard Fat Grandma saying XLM, which is Stellar, has no use case. That's what Fat Grandma said, her and Dumb Matt. Well, I'm looking right here. 3 years ago, just about when Fat Grandma said Stellar has no use case, Franklin Templeton is only worth 1.7 trillion. They're building on Stellar. Just so I'd put that out there because according to Fatso, it has no use case. Okay, makes no sense, but I'm going to keep going. Check the comments. Tar Heels. Working, oh God, 78 hours a week and still watching Hulk. Ooh-wee. I remember I used to work for armored car companies. The most I could work, and it was, what year was this? Bitch. 93? 1993 or 4? I fell asleep at the wheel one time on the way home. I was driving my car. Luckily, I think I blew out a tire, but I could have got killed. But I was working like 70. And then I was trying to work out, and on top of that, and just, it was not good those days. I remember. Anyhow, yeah, I could have gotten a head on. It was like a 2-lane road out in, yeah. One of these days, Tar Heel, just listen to the show on while you're commuting. And let me move on. Okay, now 3 out of my 4 videos have loaded. I made these videos yesterday at like 7 o'clock at night. Here we are 12 hours later. And these videos aren't long videos. They're like a minute and a half. So 3 out of 4 have loaded now. Well, kind of late now, right? They used Stellar, who at the time had a funds clawback approved, and Ripple didn't until recently. That's very good information, Dennis. Thank you very much. The clawback. I got a couple. The Indian article. We're talking about facial ID and recognition. Where are we at as time? 40 minutes? We're at 35 minutes. Okay, we got time. I'm going to breeze through a couple articles here on facial recognition. I'm not going to deep dive this shit. Um, I read the articles yesterday evening when I was trying to put together a show for this morning. And I just wanted to show you a trend. The reason I'm showing you these is because one, they're in the development stage right now. I want to keep you ahead as far as what's going on in the news with biometrics. I think we all know the ugly truth is coming. That truth is we're all going to be using biometrics, fingerprints, voice analysis, retinal scan, facial recognition. This article here, it's from a website called Payments, which I find very reputable. Probably one of the top 5 reputable. I'm not saying the best, but Payments is I trust this website completely. The reporters and stuff. They give, yeah, I like this one. As payments go digital, their authentication is getting more organic. One of the latest frontiers is the ongoing evolution of payments is leveraging biometric information for authentication. We're talking about fingerprints and all the things I just told you. I'm going to kind of scan the article, all right? Biometrics, while it exists, is not a huge thing right now, but it will be in the future, and you're going to see that. There's a guy named Mark Hopkins, and he works for Accomplish. He's in this video that I'm showing you right here. It's the guy on the right. And Mark runs a company called Accomplish, and he's going to be showing us what he's working on for the future, and that's electronic wallets, okay? Biometric wallets, where, check this out, you won't even need your phone, no credit card. You go to a restaurant, hey, I'm just telling you how this shit's going to go. You go to a restaurant, you scan your hand, you pay for it by looking in the iris thing. You say a word phrase, maybe it picks up on your voice. This, according to the authors of the article stuff, is going to cut down on a lot of crime that we have. Of course, that's how they always advertise it to you, right? It's to help prevent crime and protect you. Hey, we're all going to be slaves one day. That's just the facts on how it goes. I'm just showing you the end times and how this is going down. And they're talking here about a bio e-wallet. So instead of having to type in their credit card credentials, biometric information authorizes the transaction in a split second. So that's how this goes. Fraud reduction. Unlike stolen cards, biometric data is inherently tied to an individual and significantly harder to replicate or misuse. You know, in the future, that's what they're going to do to keep us in certain areas. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of conspiratorial here, but I'm not going to just run with it for the rest of the show. In the future, I think we all know you're going to have programmable money, smart contract, all these cryptos. See, the cryptos you got in your wallets, that's virgin crypto. In the future, all this shit's going to be wrapped with smart contract. That's when you get fucked over, okay? What they're going to do is make it to where crypto can only be used in certain areas. That's going to prevent you from moving around. If they don't like you, and it's going to be harder to like cheat the system, because as we move away from credit cards to just biometric, that's how they get us. They eliminate all the ways where we can one day maybe get around a corrupt system, and we'll all be biometriced out. And it's like, you can't help okay, let's say your buddy wants something to eat. You walk into a restaurant, that facial recognition camera will be like, oh, he watches Crypto Hulk show, that person's bad. You can't eat at this restaurant, or your money just somehow your money doesn't work. Just like somehow my videos don't seem to load this week, right? Just somehow. But they load on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter just fine. They actually load in about 30 seconds, maybe 45 on some of the social media. YouTube taking 12 hours, just somehow, right? And that's understandable because that's what Crypto Hulk does. I make shows that just somehow are not like these other people online. So that's what has been discussed in this article here. I'm going to leave it at that. It's a pretty small article. Now I'm going to show you the bad side effects of biometrics. We're going to go to India. As an example, we're going to the country of India. And we're going to see when biometrics goes all bad, okay? So these two articles are completely kind of opposite, although they are similar in a way. Stuart Lavelle got in there again. Stuart Lavelle gave 10 people memberships. Those people are Ronnie D, XRP Shib Army, Muggy Measures, Phase Truth, Michael Merrifield, Thorn Moonleal, World Peace, Swoosh Kid, Calvin Harrington, F. Roundley, Alejandro Lopez. Those people got free memberships. MC Prosperity. So I used to work 3 jobs at the same time for about 3 years straight. No vacations for 3 years. I worked at a probation department one time, and I was working about 50 hours a week for 4 years straight. I think I got Christmas off one day. I think that was it. Maybe New Year's. That was kind of a tough 4 years, I have to admit. 7 years. John Corson did 7 years of insane hours. Almost took me out. Oh my God, man. That's, a lot of us have been there. I'm not gonna say all of us have been there. A lot of us have been there. That's why I'm making the channel. And that's why these fucks, some people call them Google, but that's why they jam the channel up, because it's like this channel finds things and shows you. There's a different angle on my show. I'm just not like reporting news. I'll find news and show you why it's relevant for you to understand it. And then we show how it's being used in real life. Dennis H., thanks for that donation. Xi Jinping wants to make sure you are safe. Oh, yeah, sure he does. Okay, report. Hold on, just have to help somebody lose my channel. Okay, there we go. India. See if I gave you, okay, I gave you that article right there. Let me double check. Now we're going to talk about when facial ID goes bad. All this stuff. The government in India doesn't give a shit. India police, they adopt a facial recognition system despite the risk of massive data breaches. Okay. FRT systems create biometric data that have been shown to be vulnerable. Let's read through here to see how much the Indian government doesn't give a shit. Real-time facial recognition typically refers to continuous biometric monitoring, but it applies equally as well to the experience of watching in real time. As warnings about facial recognition give way to real-life examples of risk to data security. As there's civil rights groups in the United Kingdom and the United States that are pushing back against the use of facial recognition tools by law enforcement. A breach. So here's the bad news in India. A breach of the Tamil, that's Tamil, Tamil Nadu, Nadu Police Department in India, facial recognition portal exposed 800,000 lines of information, including over 50,000 persons. Oh, wow. So somebody hacked in and found 50,000 people in this facial recognition thing, probably copied it and scanned all this information. Oh, this is all bad. Of course, the Indian government doesn't give a shit. According to the reports in the New Indian Express and Mediama, exposed by threat intelligence platform, it's called falconfeeds.io. So the people, we all have, if you're Indian, I want you to thank Falcon Feeds, all one word, .io, for the computer hack into the facial recognition system. The breach was the work of a group calling itself Valerie, which has claimed responsibility. Here's some of the information that was stolen, just in case you're curious. It could be you next. The information was found on the dark web, and it's the names of police officers, phone numbers, information on police stations, and first information report details. Well, that's very comforting to know that somebody's got other people's information. And I'm going to leave that article right there. Japan, I guess, is very big on this. I'm going to leave it at that. Aadhaar. Okay, let me click out of that article. And speaking of Japan, let's start with Japan. That leads us into our next article. I want to show you some stuff here, how big Japan is to technology and Ripple. Watch what we got right here. Japanese financial giant is going to run XRP Ledger validator. So what we got is you have a bank in Japan. It's called SBI. SBI VC Trade, Venture Capital Trade, the cryptocurrency exchange of Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings, has announced the launch of their validator on the XRP Ledger. So here you have one of the biggest banks in Japan, Total Ripple partner. From what people say, SBI owns like 5 or 10% of Ripple. Okay, or they own at least 5 or 10% of the XRPs in the market. I don't know exactly. I don't know if that's 100% verified. I know there's some stuff on there's an XRP website, XRP chat, I think it's called, but I can't verify that. Anyhow, what is important here is that this massive bank in Japan is now a validator on the XRP ledger. What does that mean? Their computers validate each transaction of XRP, clearly showing XRP is not a security, according to Gary Gensler. Okay, this whole lawsuit's fake. CryptoHawk's been calling it from day one, showing you that Ripple has already been determined to be a money service business. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has repeatedly touted Japan as one of the most crypto-friendly jurisdictions. In April, Ripple expanded its presence in Japan by announcing a tie-up with Tokyo-based HashKey-DX. The aim of the collaboration, so Ripple joined HashKey-DX, is to use the XRP Ledger for developing enterprise solutions for customers in Japan. Everybody, this whole lawsuit's fake. The other channels have never come to terms with this yet. Sometime we're only, me and you, about 3 years ahead of the other channels. I told you from day one, Gary Gensler was all bad. Nope, the other channels were like, oh, we need to give him a chance. And, CryptoHawk's always right with this stuff. I don't need time to figure shit out. Because you guys are depending on information. What I wanted to show you here was back in about a month or two ago. I did an article. Here it is. Let me do a copy paste. Now we're speaking about Japan. Japan Bank launches first deposit-backed stablecoin. Right there. I show you this. I did a video here. Go to the 27-second mark. 27-second. What is this? Ripple XR. Okay, this article here. Japan Bank launches first deposit-backed stablecoin. It's called Hokucho, a regional bank in Japan, has sent shockwaves through the crypto industry with the launch of the first deposit-backed stablecoin. Pretty amazing stuff right there. And that's important because you'll see where the origins of Ripple are. Now, here's this article here. I pulled this back from 10 years ago. Look at this one right here. Go to the 1 minute mark. Here's a 1 minute, 3-second video. Go to the 1 minute mark. Now, this video, this is from about 2013 or 14. What we're looking at is called Cyberbank. It's in Japan. Let's read it. Welcome to Japan's largest virtual currency exchange. Crypto Hulk has taken this all the way back 14 years ago to Japan's largest virtual currency exchange. Listen to the next sentence. Nobody else has this. No other channel has this. That's why you're a member on one of the best deep dive channels. You've got Japan-based virtual currency gateway that instills Japan's first Ripple ATM. Oh, and it issues Ripple cash cards. So now we know through Crypto Hulk channel that around 2014, there was an actual Ripple ATM in Japan. Pretty amazing, huh? Maybe we can ask Gary Gensler, how do they transmit securities through an ATM machine so you can go buy shit with that, Gary? Does that make any fucking... Ripple has cash cards. That's a very interesting concept. Gary Gensler's suing Ripple because it's right, or some of the transactions were securities. No, you're either pregnant or not pregnant. So this is, you're either a security or you're not. So how the fuck, because I'm trying to understand this now, because Gary's got me all kind of confused in my head. How the fuck, Gary, can you explain how Ripple had its first ATMs in Japan? Were they issuing securities, Gary? No, because Gary's a fucking clown. Number two, Ripple issued a cash card. Gary, how the fuck is Ripple supposed to issue a cash card when they're securities, dumbass? You're not sometimes a security and sometimes you're not, Gary. I know Gary's confused about who he is personally, physically, and everything. But let's not let that bleed off into the financial markets, Gary, with your personal fucking problems. So here I bring up two pieces of evidence on how Ripple is a currency, because obviously it's at an ATM, and we don't have ATMs, machines that process security transactions. That's absurd right there. And then number two, we have Ripple cash cards. Here's your evidence right there. So the key word here is cash, not security. So there you have it. That's why you go to Crypto Hulk channel for the best deep dive information. Alrighty then. We might have time for one article. Let me take a look at the time. Okay. One last article. Oh, Ripple Indonesia. Let's fucking do this. You gotta love it. Here's this article here. This will be the last one. I've got one main article and like 3 support articles. This will be to the end of the show. I'm also going to show you what no other channel has. Okay, right here. Here's an article dated May 10th. It's from a Middle East website called Middle East Economy. Here's the title: United Arab Emirates and Indonesia, they sign an agreement to promote local currencies for bilateral transactions. Now, this is interesting. You've got United Arab Emirates, which is totally rippled out with XRP. United Arab Emirates has signed so many agreements with the company of Ripple. Now we're seeing, and also Indonesia is a Ripple partner. No other channel has shown you that. I'm going to show you that in a minute. There's an agreement to facilitate the settlement of cross-border trade transactions. You guys, I'm going to show you this whole court trial's fake. No other channel calls it out, and it's really sad. The Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates and the Bank Indonesia recently signed a memorandum of understanding. So they're basically going to be shooting XRP back and forth to each other. Gary, how's that possible? Isn't that illegal? Well, but Gary, like, how do people send securities to pay for goods? Does that make any sense, Gary? No. Why? Because Gary's a clown. That's why. Framework for currency settlement. So they're getting all set up. What are we seeing here? A corridor where money is being transferred, not securities, where money. You got two countries using XRP to pay debts and to move money. That's what it is. XRP's currency, according to the 2015 Ripple settlement agreement. I've already gone over that about 100 times on my show. How many times have the other channels gone over this? About 0. Thought so. These people are so fucking stupid. They're talking about Crypto Hawk. They like see truth, and they know they can't show the truth like Crypto Hawk, so they have to what they call name call. See, I can name call because I got all the evidence. It's one thing if you got all the evidence, but when you don't have evidence to like name call, well, that shows you got a weak channel. Next, why? So you got United Arab Emirates and Indonesia. They have an agreement, and they're going to be using XRP. So we know in this article here, last year, November, about 6 months ago, XRP approved by Dubai's Financial Services Authority. Bam, right there. Now I have a question. I have a question for Gary. I know you won't give the answer because Gary can't even give the answers to Congress. But XRP is approved by Dubai's Financial Services Authority. So here we go with that. I'm not going to read the article. It says to incorporate crypto into their virtual asset services. Ripple Labs, the San Francisco-based firm, announced Thursday. So there we go. It's very clear in Dubai. It's very clear in the United Arab Emirates what XRP is. It's just very unclear with Gary Gensler. You guys seeing this? The fucking world knows what XRP is except Gary. Now, here's some little fun that we got here. No other channel has this. That's why when Crypto Hulk speaks, it's with authority because I have all the evidence that others don't have regarding the subjects that I speak on. Some channels speak on other subjects that I don't even bother to look up. Okay, we got proof, Ripple Indonesia. Let's go to the 32-second mark. I made a video. You should watch it. It's 2 minutes and 23 seconds. It's about Indonesia. Very, very important. Watch the whole thing when the show's over. Right now, I'd like you to go to the 32-second mark. And when you go to that 32-second mark, you're going to see, oh, www.ripple.co.id/careers. And it shows Ripple Indonesia right there. So Crypto Hulk, you're saying that, yes, I am. That way back in the day, I don't have a date in particular on this one. I'll show you a date later in the next slide. But Ripple had employment in Indonesia 10 years ago. Let's look at the next slide. This is 2015. So we know at least 2015, because I just showed you a thing earlier. What I showed you earlier is probably 2014 or so. But look right here. Here's your evidence. This is also that same 2-minute, 23-second video. Go to the 50-second mark. 50. 50 second. What do you see? Well, Crypto Hulk, I see Ripple Indonesia, 2000, a copyright symbol, 2015, PT, Ripple Salusi Technology. Unless Crypto Hulk purposely faked this is real. So I've shown you now 2 pieces of evidence where Ripple was in Indonesia in 2015. I just got done reading an article dated May 10th, where Indonesia, a Ripple partner, because I've already confirmed that like no other channel, and it looks here as the United Arab Emirates, they signed an agreement to shoot currencies back and forth. Of those currencies, one is called XRP. It's not a security, according to Gary Gensler, who's a clown. He works for the SEC, by the way. Hopefully he'll be fired soon. Stuart Lavelle, what does Stuart do here? Now hold on. Give me another. Stuart Lavelle. Oh. Stay safe, says Stuart Lavelle. Be aware, be smart. You've been taught. It's too easy. You know, what Stuart is showing you, Stuart's obviously somebody in business. And I like what he said there. It's too easy. I make this too easy. You could be like brand new to crypto. And I'm not a tech person. I don't ever want to be. I don't want to understand this tech. It bores the fuck out of me. My goal is to show you you're on the right channel. I've got all the evidence when I speak, not like other channels like Geek Boy Matt, who just wants to say, oh, Crypto Hulk's a liar. But Matt never deep dives. Have you noticed that? I watched this dude for 4 years. Now, once does this dude ever do a deep dive for 4 fucking years, and his show, all he does is repeat what everybody else says. How about that? That's why he has to hide and not show who he looks like, because he's going to look like a fucking geek. That's why Matt hides behind whatever, just talks a bunch of dumb shit. See, these people get butthurt because Crypto Hulk has all the evidence that they don't even show. Has Fat Grandma showed you all the relationships with Ripple and XRP? No. She's never showed you Ripple Indonesia at all. None of these stupid fucks have, okay? That's why they get jealous. Crypto Hulk Channel is one where I'm going to show you. I'll read you news from today and then show you back 10 years ago how all this stuff was already planned out. Okay, that's what Crypto Hulk does. They get mad because they don't have all these connections. So they're like, oh, he just shows old news, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't even show any news. You just copy off other people. At least I deep dive and show all the connections on how you've got Indonesia working with the United Arab Emirates, because they've been Ripple partners, probably both of them, for 10, 11 years. They're running on the XRP Ledger. That's why I show all the evidence on Crypto Hulk Show. This is a fact-based program where I deep dive and find the facts. I just don't use other people's shows like Dumbass does. All right. I think that'll be it. Yeah, that'll be it. I got to go do something called life. And I will look up today. If I can find news, then I'll make a PM show.